guys, it's the first episode of Ask Mecca. I'm so excited. I've recorded this intro probably a total of 5 times because I'm a perfectionist. First off, what a weird time in the world we are currently in right now. It is currently, as recording, it's April 17th. The world has shut down. Things have stopped moving. Transit has stopped flowing. People have stopped buying things. And we've finally been given permission to sit at home and read that damn book that we keep saying we're going to read every year. It's COVID-19, baby. And that's just what happens when we live in a huge world with an enormous population. And you know what, guys? I'm not complaining. I am enjoying this quiet time, this time to myself, the ability to shut the F off. Because how many opportunities are we faced with in our lives that give this gift to us? Let's talk about how this has never happened in the state of the world before. There have been pandemics. There have been things that have made us all unite for one reason. But I don't think there's been an economic standstill in this capacity that COVID has done to our world. And there's a lot of scary things this pandemic has brought to us, and a lot of things that remind us of our own mortality. A lot of things that have brought us closer to family and just really the things that matter. And at the end of the day, we're forced to stay home with family and perhaps reconnect with parts of ourselves that we were denying that opportunity for how many years now? How many times have you wanted to sit and be creative and paint that picture or write that piece of artwork? You know, like it just really all depends on our own individual circumstances and how we're able to find that work-life balance. And so I'm saying that this is a good situation only in the way that it's giving us a moment of pause. So you're probably curious because what the hell is this podcast about? I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen it all over Twitter. My God. All around the watering pool. Damn it. What do they call it? Watering hole? Have you heard of Dear Abby? It's a very similar format. So Dear Mecca explores viewers' anonymous mailed-in experiences while offering my perspective, providing advice on solutions in one area of conflict in the reader's life. Reader/writer, you get what I'm saying. Advice on your relationships, your well-being. Dude, I used to be a personal trainer. That stuff is neglected hard. And I am an armchair psychologist with no accreditation, so the opinions I offer are completely opinion. In all of these episodes, I do like to emphasize that there are always 2 sides to every story, so my perspective is only going to be given providing advice and constructive opinion and commentary to the person that is writing in their experience. If it is a conflict between 2 people, please do keep in mind that this might not be the other person's perspective. So I'm just giving my best college try at commentary on someone else's life as they are searching for meaning, purpose, and ways to wade through this amazing experience we call life. This first story comes in to us from an individual that's in his late teens, early 20s. And this person is concerned about the amount of time that they're spending online. They want to make sure that it's not influencing their relationships negatively. And it begs the question, the way that the phrasing was, am I spending too much time online? And is it affecting my relationships? So that's a bit of a tricky question because There's not very much context provided, so I'm going to do my very best to maybe leave you with some inquisitive questions and some afterthoughts for you to have about the situation you're in. I need to know if spending too much time online is affecting my relationships. I think we need to look at the bigger picture of who you are as a human being first off, doing a ruthless self-inventory. The biggest misconception with gaming and relationships online is that a lot of the population doesn't think that these are real, authentic relationships. And to a degree, they would be correct because our normal framework for what defines a relationship can't apply to online relationships, whether they're friends that you play video games with or you just talk to on Twitch or on Twitter. These are still relationships. They still fall under the same umbrella. These are still people that are stimulating you socially, lighting up parts of yourself that you might not have been exposed to yet in this corner of your world. The goal of having a relationship with someone is to learn more about yourself and understand more about this other person to further expand your worldview. Then I would say you would do that just fine online as long as you're constantly socializing and talking to people. But if when you say spending too much time online, if you're talking about just maybe playing video games and not socializing or talking to anybody, that is a dangerous corner because you can isolate yourself from further community and further growing yourself as a professional and as a human being. The next question I would have you ask yourself is, what is your motivation when having a relationship with somebody? Are you looking for a romantic relationship, or are you looking to strengthen a relationship with a parent? What are your motivations here? What do you feel that you're missing when you're online? Are you without someone to maybe as innocently enough to tuck you in at night, right? Everybody needs a companion in some degree or another, and many people have found companionship in online friendships through many video games and through online communities and forums. The entire world of Second Life as a video game, that was around community, you know, and there might be reasons we don't know who these people are behind the screens. I think the most liberating part of video games is it gives us an opportunity to live a life we wouldn't have access to normally, and I think that's pretty damn cool. I want to leave you with the thought that it is incredibly important with a question like that. Am I neglecting my relationships from the amount of time I spend online? And that's not a black and white answer. I think you need to investigate your motivation behind asking that question. Do you feel like you're missing something? Or is it that someone's telling you what you should be doing and you're not sure what the right answer is? Is it someone that's a parent maybe telling you you're playing too many video games? Because if this is your only social outlet, dude, I think that that's totally fine that you're playing video games. As long as you're socializing and stimulating yourself intellectually and learning new things about yourself, dude, do whatever the hell you want to do. Don't listen to your parents. If someone you look up to is telling you that you're spending too much time online, listen to what they have to say, hear them out, but also know this is a great opportunity for you to further strengthen your own grounding and your own opinion and where you exist in the world, because you're not here to listen to anybody else and make the decisions through what they think is best for you. You're here to live the best life that you're supposed to live. So if someone's giving you shade for being online and not being in physical relationships, do they know the amount of relationships you have online? You're probably talking to somebody from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. if that's your normal work schedule through some form of it or another, whether it's playing video games or whether it's talking to your friends that you play video games with on Discord, on Twitter, on something. You know, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not socializing anymore. And before, I was a very, very lonely person. I would always say, listen to the people around you with an open heart, but just make sure that you take the opportunity to know yourself for what you really want and what you need. Your mental health and socialization is important, but it's also really important to make sure you're not neglecting those relationships that have been a fundamental part of who you are in the world today. There is an important value to physical relationships. And if you're avoiding calls from your parents or your grandparents, people important to you, then that's really important to listen to. Why are you dodging their calls? Why aren't you making time to get that lunch with your dad? What barrier is in your way to meeting with these people in person? Are you worried they're going to be disappointed in you? Are you feeling shame, embarrassment? What fundamental emotion is getting in the way of you pursuing these physical relationships? Because they are an incredibly important part of who you are today. Whether you were raised by a single parent or a nuclear family or your grandparents, those relationships are incredibly important to the person that you look at every morning in the mirror. Even if your relationship at the present moment might not be the greatest, that relationship still deserves to be honored and respected. Well, that was the first episode of Dear Mecca. I'm really excited to release this. So coming soon, coming in the weeks to come, we have relationship issues. We have lifestyle issues. We have people that don't know what to take in college or if they should even be in college. So stick around. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts. And be sure to follow me on Twitch to catch me live. My friends, take care of yourselves. And don't forget to wash your hands and don't touch your face. Be safe, guys.